This will be a review of the 1982 Maico 490 GS. First, let's start a little bit of background. In 1981, Maico created what became known as the greatest open-class bike of all time, the Maico 490. This was a piston-port dual-shock race machine. In 1982, they switched the frame to a monoshock system, however the design was less than perfect. The alignment of the shock in the frame allowed the shock to overextend and break. Maico did, however, fulfill warranties on those shocks and replace them with Öhlins. However, aftermarket shock exists as well, such as from Works Performance and Fox, which do fix the issue. I actually have a set of stock shocks which were broken and re-welded. It's not what's on my bike though. I have a Fox shock on my bike. Otherwise, the motor is the same. The cases were slightly modified differently in the back to allow the monoshock to swing without breaking the cases, and there's a 45-degree angle in the intake to clear the monoshock. However, the 82 motor will bolt directly into an 81 frame. So, what is my review of this bike? Bet bike in a whirl. Bet bike in a whirl. Bet bike in a whirl. Seriously, it's really great bike. It's a great bike for the trails. The bike does not vibrate at all. The bike is very light and the handling is wonderful. You can easily get used to the bike and even start going fast with the trails without having to throw your weight around or wrestle the bike. Unlike the CR500, you and the bike work together to conquer the trails. The power is very smooth and you can roll the power on easily. The bike is also very quick, fast, and hard hitting if you want it to. You just hit down the throttle really hard if you want, but you can easily roll on the power. It's predictable and easy to ride. Power band is very wide. The bike makes easy traction. The bike always has traction. I can go up hills that those I ride with are unable to with their CR500s or other bikes just because I can roll the power on. Even in the mud, I still have lots of traction. The bike just chugs pretty much up anything with little effort. There's a trail called Fire Break 5, which is basically a bunch of large boulders and rock faces covered with mud. I went there one day in the mud on the Maico with a bunch of people, and we attempted to climb it. The Maico chugged right up it easily. I made good traction, went straight up. Others had a lot of trouble, and some even turned around or didn't even try. I came back to the same hill with Encore when I had the CR500. The CR500 has the same rear tire as the 82 does right now. I had a lot of trouble trying to get up that hill. Unbelievable how much trouble I had. The bike just kept spinning out, wasn't getting any traction, the bike kept falling down, I kept to jump off and catch the bike, try to wrestle the bike. The bike's pretty heavy too. This isn't a hill you can just fly up it real fast either because of the large boulders. Encore was on the KX500, and while he was having trouble, he didn't have as much trouble as I was having. At least that's what it looked like. Anyhow, on the Maico, it was nothing. In fact, I was wondering why everyone else was having so much trouble on the hill. It's like one of those TV shows where everyone tries to do something and no one can do it. And then this other guy comes up and does it as if it's nothing. And it's like, hey, what's going on, guys? As if nothing happened. That's what the Maico is like. The Maico makes some of the trails I ride and the hills I go on in my videos look easy, but actually a lot of them are not quite so easy, and especially in cases where I'm the only one who ever actually went up those hills because no one else could make it. That's how good of a trail bike this bike is, and it's not that those other guys couldn't have made it. I think that if they would have rode a Maico, they would have made it, and I think if I would have rode their CR or something like that, where they're riding, I probably wouldn't have made it. In some cases, the Maico just makes trail riding and going up hills and everything that much easier. Gives you a little bit more of an advantage. I mean, you start out with a little bit more of an advantage, and then there are hills where it actually takes a lot more skill to actually go up them. But the Maico just gives you that little bit more advantage and makes the hills a little bit easier to go through. So let's see what Encore has to say about the Maico after he took it for a little spin.
Toby,
Yeah.
this bike is a dream, man. I went up that hill 4 times. Oh my god. Oh my god. Holy fuck. It's a bike for the trails, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I went up the hill 4 times, came down, went up again, went up the other one, that's a dead end, came down again, went up again. It's a dream. You don't have to give any gas. You don't have to get any speed whatsoever. Minimal throttle.
Yep.
Keeps going up. Keeps going up. I was scared to give it any more gas and go fast because otherwise it would just flip back over me. So minimal gas and just keeps going up. Any hill. Any hill. That's why you want to keep doing like 7-up and stuff. And I have to do those on that.
Come on up.
It's Beba and world.